M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous.
In one of the most overtly ridiculous Fox News segments that I've ever seen, Fox host Tucker Carlson lost his mind over cartoon M&Ms becoming less sexy. It's impossible to explain how ridiculous this segment is. Let me just play it for you.
Bet you didn't think M&Ms were pushing intolerance, but they were. They've been changed. You're seeing the changes right now on your screen. The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Why the change? Well, according to M&Ms, quote, "We all win when we see more women in leading roles, because leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes. The frumpier, the better. That's the rule." The other big change is that the brown M&M has, quote, transitioned from high stilettos to lower block heels. Also less sexy. That's progress. M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off, we've achieved equity. They've won. Meanwhile, in a nod to the burgeoning wellness movement, the orange M&M will, quote, acknowledge and embrace his anxiety. And actually, if you look at him, the orange M&M does appear very anxious. Maybe he doesn't like all the ugly new shoes he sees around him. Maybe he liked the sexy boots. Maybe the orange M&M is a secret sexist himself.
This could have easily been a Stephen Colbert segment from 10 years ago, when he was playing his conservative character. This is indistinguishable from satire. It's unbelievable that he is serious during this segment. And it also shows you how much of an actor Tucker Carlson is. He's not a news anchor. He's a news actor. He puts on this character, puts on a show. I have no idea if he has any actual beliefs, but I think he's a sociopath because of the crap he usually puts out there. This obviously is not dangerous. Like, I don't, who cares about his commentary on this? His actual impact or the danger with Tucker Carlson is when it comes to his fascist propaganda he spouts on a regular basis. But when it comes to this is so, this is just so ridiculous. So I got a few points to make here. First, on the actual change by the Mars company, Mars Inc. and M&Ms here. Who cares? Like, really, who cares? So they put this out, I guess last night, maybe after the Tucker segment or before the Tucker segment. Did my shoes really break the internet? Like, they changed her shoes. They were high heels. Now they're sneakers. This warrants a serious segment on Fox News. It is ridiculous. So here's, you know, all the characters here. There really is barely a change. I mean, if you zoom into this, I didn't even realize the orange guy, orange M&M, was, you know, anxiety-ridden before this, but I guess he always was. And he has anxiety now, too. Okay. I don't really understand. Live with your anxiety. I have serious anxiety. You want to deal with it. You don't want to just live with it. You want to be able to process it and not just be, you know, anxious all the time. But, like, I don't know. The high heels are a little bit lower. There's a pair. What's also incredible here is, you know, somebody got paid millions for just these slight tweaks, for barely, you know, touching around the edges here. Some marketing genius or some, I don't know, third-party company made a ton of money off of this. Just absolutely ridiculous. So before I get to more on Tucker, I just want to share this tweet that made me laugh from Raffy Schwartz here. In an effort to make them more relatable and inclusive, the Mars Candy Corporation has confirmed that M&M's crunchy shell is, quote, their skin, and that when you bite into them, they feel immense pain. Yeah, obviously, that would be hilarious. Now, let me get to what is going on here. So this is what the right wing does on a regular basis, right-wing media. They try and create these cultural moments out of nothing, whether it's Mr. Potato Head, whether it's Dr. Seuss books that were canceled by the actual Dr. Seuss company themselves that had overtly horrible garbage in them, just a couple of books that no one even heard of, but that was a big story. They turned this into a huge story. Mr. Potato Head, which they didn't really do anything about Mr. Potato Head. They just rebranded it as an overall Potato Head logo, but they still have Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. And then something like this, where it's the M&Ms, you know, changing their shoes, like, and becoming less sexy. I don't know what this says about Tucker. You know, if he found them attractive before. Personally, I have never found a candy physically attractive. I just like to eat them, but that is remarkable to me. Now imagine, one last point here. Imagine Rachel Maddow did a segment about how M&Ms are too sexy and how they need to become more inclusive. She would be universally mocked, and it would be a permanent stain on her career. She would be laughed out of the media. Yet here, Tucker does the equivalent for a conservative audience, and it's just another day on Fox News. He's going to have a show on Monday. People are going to forget this ever happened. But this, like, it shows you how they have conditioned people to expect just the most outlandish, absurd things to appear on this network and other conservative networks, that when a segment like this happens, it's just another day. It's not out of the ordinary. It's just perfectly normal. But don't let them make you think this is normal. A segment like this shows you how full of shit these people are, how they use these kinds of issues to distract from what is actually going on when it comes to low wages, the cost of healthcare, the climate crisis. They don't talk about those issues, but they'll spend a segment complaining about the changing shoes on an M&M. It is just amazing.